Hello. Today I want to introduce to you our substance abuse class. It is one of my favorite groups. It's one of my absolute favorites. But, I think I was really spoiled because my first group of girls that was at the Father's house, they really did put their heart and soul into every single group that we had. And, this was a huge growth group. It was a group that I got to see them actually activate, get to know themselves, and they really just put their all into what they was writing on that paper. So today you will be doing your self-assessment. You may have already gotten your papers, you may have not, but this piece of paper is going to help you like take a snapshot of your life. It's going to show you where you are, what you believe, where you need to work on, and you'll be able to look back in a month or so when you do this group again and see how far that you've come and what's changed in your life. You'll be able to see your growth. And so I hope that you truly take advantage of today's group. And I wanted to share this with you guys. Tonight, I just received a phone call from one of my graduates, one of my first graduates that graduated the program. And she was telling me, she was just saying, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have done that while I was in the program. And one of the things that she said is, I wish I would have just rested instead of freaking out all the time, instead of stressing out all the time about stuff out of my control, just worrying all the time about this or that, or, always upset or always, wanting to do stuff, instead of I wish I would have just rested in the program, rested in the Lord, and just, being in Him, and took that time to just really have peace and relax. And I want to encourage you. I said, I wish that you could come back and tell these girls, this new group, what you just said to me, because they need to hear that. They need to hear that when you get out of this program, life really begins. You're protected in this God-sized bubble right now, and you're so blessed, and you stay in His presence, and you go to church, and you're always in Bible study, and you're always praying and worshiping and journaling and doing all the right things. And when you get out of there is when you have to make the choice to continue your walk with Christ, and you have to continue on in that plan that He has set forth before you. And that's when it gets hard. And so now is when you need to take the time to truly learn to rest in the Lord, to trust Him with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul, and let Him do what He wants to do in your life. The truth about it is we are broken. We have all been through so many different things that has caused so many different emotions and tears and scrapes and scratches in our soul and our heart that we need His healing, but we deflect that by focusing our attention on everything else in the program, somebody else in the program, their issues, and all this other stuff are just issues that are completely out of your control right now. Take this time to just get to know who the Lord is. Get to know who you are. And this self-assessment is going to help you get to know you. Bible study, we get to know who the Lord is. We study out His Word. We learn His Word, and He is His Word. So we're learning Him when we learn His Word. We learn what His heart, we learn His heartbeat and what makes Him smile and what makes Him upset. But during substance abuse, we get to know us. We learn who we are. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about my beginning of my recovery. I know y'all just love this. Like, you can't hardly get over and take me seriously with the stuff on my face. I feel like Santa Claus. But anyway, one of the biggest things in my early recovery is learning who I was. Like, what my favorite color was, what I like to eat. Those are things I never took the time to learn about myself, because all I knew is I like to get high. That's all I knew about myself. So learning those little things are huge, learning who you are. And so take this time, use this self-assessment paper, fill it out, do the best that you can do, put your heart and soul into this, and in a month or two, you'll come back and you'll do it again, and you'll be able to see your growth. And I just love each and every one of you, and I hope that you take this group to heart and that you allow God to do what He wants to do in your life.